I made over $86,000 with the design that's on the back of this shirt right here. I'm going to show the design to you in a second, but first, let's take a look at the 3-step system that I follow to consistently create high-quality viral designs that generate tens of thousands of dollars in profit. And be sure to watch each step in order, because if you want to be able to create viral t-shirt designs for your print-on-demand business, this is the system you're looking for, and the system just doesn't work if any one of the steps are missed or even glanced over.
All you have to do is follow the steps.
And if you've never seen me before, my name's Chris Heckman, and my mom thought I was going to be a doctor, and instead I sell a lot of t-shirts. So let's get into it. So step one in creating viral t-shirt designs that generate tens of thousands of dollars in profit is something pretty simple, but extremely effective. And it's called the bumper sticker test. Now, in the digital age that we currently live in, where everything is online and everything's about likes and clicks and metrics, I personally really enjoy tangible examples that bring what we're doing back to the real world. And the bumper sticker test is exactly that. Because you see, when we're creating new designs, it's very easy to get caught up in just sitting down and dreaming up a new design and thinking, hey, that might work, and throwing it up on a store, and maybe you get a sale or two, but ultimately you lose money because it just came out of your head. Instead, what we like to do is look out in the real world at people's cars. Now, the back of people's cars is really, if you think about it, like an expression of their personality. Some people have jokes, some people have little family trees, and some people, the people we really care about, have decals or icons or stickers for the topics and hobbies that they love most. And we love these people because they are the kind of people that are giving us a window into their soul. They are showing us at the core of who they are, what they stand for, what they believe, and what they enjoy. And while that's cute and nice, we obviously aren't here for a psychology session or like a get to know you. The reason we really care is because we like seeing what those people are willing to and already have proven that they will take out their wallet to pay money for. And if somebody is willing to put a bumper sticker on the back of their car for that hobby or interest, then there is a very good likelihood that they will also wear a t-shirt or a hat or a hoodie for that same exact topic, because they've already shown they're the kind of person who is not afraid to express what they believe in and that they like that certain thing. And then if there's somebody sporting that one bumper sticker, it had to have been made somewhere. And if there's a business out there that saw a big enough demand for whatever that interest is to mass produce bumper stickers for that topic, then there's a pretty good chance that there's a sizable market for that interest in t-shirts and apparel and any kind of print-on-demand product that sports that similar topic. And this is exactly the process that I followed when starting Yoga Stay, the yoga apparel company that I built to about $3.5 million in sales, then ultimately sold to a company called Open Store. Yoga was the doubly perfect niche for me to get into because not only did I see it on people's bumper stickers, but I myself like to struggle through the occasional yoga class from time to time. And since it's my own niche to a certain extent, it was something that was very natural for me to be able to start coming up with designs for. But I didn't just stop at seeing bumper stickers for yoga with sayings such as like namaste and like the phases of the moon, mantras and chakras and all kinds of different stuff. It wasn't just that, it was that I'm also part of the niche, so I had a much better idea of what kind of designs people would like because I'm somewhat in the niche myself. But instead of just sitting down and dreaming up some ideas for new designs, I did step number 2, which is probably the most important step of the entire process, and that is to go out into the market and see what is already selling. Now, to be clear, we are not copying designs. We are not just Command-C, Command-Ving onto our own store other people's designs. 1, because it's unethical, but 2, because it can be trademarked and that's bad. But what we do want to do is not go the opposite direction and, like a lot of entrepreneurs, sit down and think that we can come up with great ideas too, and that whatever we come up with, people will want to buy because we made it. So therefore it has value just because we made it. It's unfortunately not the case. And trust me now when I say that you'll do far better in e-commerce and in business in general if you can emotionally detach yourself from the outcomes of the products that you create. As soon as emotion gets involved and you start saying, I made that, it should do well, is the second that it does terrible, and then you're just setting yourself up for an even rockier entrepreneurial journey than is really necessary. And take it from me, I have fully accepted at this point that any design I think will do well is going to do terrible, and any design I think will do terrible normally does pretty well. So that's why this second step is so crucial. We want to go to Amazon, Etsy, Pinterest, Redbubble, all the big sites where people are selling print-on-demand apparel, and see what is selling well. And not just see like, oh, okay, here, we want to take detailed notes. What is the type of art people are buying? What are the type of topics? What's the typography? Is it jokes? Is it more serious sayings?
Is that a joke? Tell me you're joking.
And a lot of this is going to be niche specific. So that's where coming up with detailed notes of what's selling well and really documenting the types of art, like is it line art? Is it watercolor? Is it super detailed? Like that kind of thing. Second is what are the topics? Like, is it about, like if you're a vacation brand, like is it about wanderlust? Is it about the beach? Is it about specific destinations? That sort of thing. And then third, you want to see what's the range? Like are people in this niche just buying one specific type of artwork or one specific type of saying? Or is it like a broad range? Is there like a full gambit that we can run? And all these things are really important to understand for when we get to number 3, which is by far the most misunderstood step of this entire process. And that is to build out a full catalog around your bestseller. And there are a couple of reasons why this is really crucial in the whole process. First, and probably most obviously, you don't know what your bestsellers are going to be. You have no idea until you actually launch. Like the design that we're about to see, I would have pegged for a bottom third, maybe, out of the full collection of 50 to 75 designs that we first launched on Yoga Stay. But it turned out to be the number one by far, like far and away top seller. Next closest seller didn't even come close, but I would have never found that design if I had never come up with the full catalog. If we didn't have a wide variety that we learned from step number 2, the full gambit of designs that we should be aiming for, I would have never come across that type of concept. And then once we did realize that it was a top performer, we then iterated on it extremely quickly and made a bunch of other designs that are like it, which that's the first reason that's important. The second reason is the way that you get your designs to go like super viral is by getting them out there. And the way that I personally get them out there is, yes, you could go organic and, try to make TikTok videos and organic content. That's not been the route that I've chosen. The route that I choose is putting a small ad budget behind all of my designs, using catalog ads on Facebook. Works extremely well. And once I find the designs that are testing the best, getting the most engagement, likes, comments, shares, link clicks, has the best click-through rate, people are tagging their friends, then those are the designs that I graduate to a bigger campaign that has a much bigger budget. And in order for that budget to be profitable, I need people to be getting to the store and not just buying one shirt, not just buying the top seller. I need them to be buying, on average, 2 to 2.5 shirts.
And buy them all, every single last one of them.
So 2 to 3 shirts on average, so that our average order value is high enough that it's profitable for us. And so if I was just driving traffic from Facebook or TikTok or Google or wherever to my Shopify store, and I just had that one design, yeah, I might have a really good conversion rate. Yeah, I might have some people who go crazy and decide to buy 10 of those shirts for whatever reason, but the vast majority are just there to buy one. And while that one person doesn't need more of just that one design, they might like that one and then think, hey, but this one's also kind of funny. I'm going to buy that one too. So it doubles our average order value just about, and that in turn almost doubles our ROAS. There's obviously some variance in there, but by and large, that's a really key step in the process for us, because our viral products will never be able to go viral unless they have some kind of fuel behind them. And that fuel depends on having a high ROAS, because I'm not going to continue to spend unprofitably if we're running at like under a 2 return. I need it to be running at like a 2.5 to a 3, and then I can really just put the pedal to the metal, ramp up the ad spend, and that's when products start going like really crazy. So now that we've gone through the 3-step system that I use for every store to consistently generate viral, like high quality designs that generate tens of thousands of dollars in profit, not just sales, let's take a look at the design on Yoga Stay. So as you can see, this one design was a line art style drawing of a combination between a yoga pose and nature, like a tree. And like I said earlier, I would have never guessed this to be a top seller by any means. It's not something that I personally would wear, but after looking at all the research and seeing all the different top selling designs out there, I noticed that there was strong elements of yoga and like mysticism or self-awareness and nature and flowers and trees and that sort of thing, and the sun and clouds, all of that. And then I also noticed that the simple patterns that had lots of negative space, so it would turn out well in a print, those were also doing well. And then there was a theme of people doing different yoga poses that seemed to be doing really well across lots of platforms. So once we included this in our catalog, it quickly rose to the top of our collection as we were driving traffic to the collection page. And we looked at it and saw how well it was performing, and we were like, what else could we do that follows this similar concept? So then we started spinning off a bunch of other very similar designs just for different yoga poses. We were doing all kinds of research into really complex yoga poses that I would never be able to do myself, but people started eating them up. And that's a bonus step in this process, is that once you have a top selling design or you have one that's starting to show traction, don't just sit back and like hope that it's going to start like carrying the business. It takes you jumping in and analyzing it and seeing what you can learn from it and how you can iterate that across the rest of your catalog. Like our catalog completely changed once we found that this was the top seller, because this told us a ton about the market, showed us that people were interested in minimalist types of art, something that showed that they were a yogi, but also intertwined something with nature, which was another very much overlapping interest with the yogis. So we didn't just sit back and hope for the best. We saw what this could teach us, made a bunch of other designs, and that's when the whole store started skyrocketing and carried a lot of our growth in the first couple of months. So that's the process of how we came up with a design that sold over 4,500 units, generated $86,000 in sales, and the 3-step system that you can follow too. So thanks for watching. Please join the school community by clicking the link below if you want to learn more about this process. We cover step-by-step exactly how to start print-on-demand business just like this. So we'd be happy to have you there. And let me know in the comments section if you have any questions, and be sure to leave a like so that I know to make more content like this. And that's all for now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.